One moment, if you are already tuned in and watching, you just need to quickly set some links up over on the website. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so one moment. Go ahead and comment if you're watching right now and let us know if you have played Skyrim VR, what you think of it. If you haven't played Skyrim VR but you've played it outside of VR, what kind of stuff do you like about the game? I know a lot of people are excited and looking forward to when it comes out for PC headsets. So hopefully that happens sometime next year. We just don't have a time frame on that yet.
Yeah, I wonder if we should do a recap right at the beginning of this, just covering some of those questions we've seen pop up a lot.
Yeah, sure.
And...
I'm almost done. There we go. I have it embedded on the website now, shared on Facebook and Twitter. All right. Yeah, hi J-Cubed. We are playing on PSVR. Skyrim VR is only available on PSVR at the moment.
And that's
right.
David talking. This is Ian Hamilton. I'm watching the stream and helping David respond to questions and giving him a little bit of a, I don't know, company in your solitary VR space. Does it feel solitary to play Skyrim in VR, or do you feel like those are real people?
I would say that, I definitely still feel like I'm playing a game. It's not like I have complete illusion. But it is definitely a game that feels like you are in a real world. Like there's the world of Skyrim is like a living, breathing place. All the characters have their own schedules and their own lives. They go to work, they wake up, they go home and sleep. And I've got my companion here with me, Uthgerd the Unbroken. She's a Nord warrior that I met in a bar. She challenged me to a fist fight, and I beat her, so then she considered me worthy of being her companion. So that's where I'm at.
I wish I had seen this, because an actual fist fight is done with fists, right?
That's right. You unequip your weapons, and you have to physically punch and block and everything. It was pretty intense. I won pretty handily, though. She did not stand a chance. This happened during our last stream, our third live stream of Skyrim VR. I think, Ian, you must have already dipped out at that point. But the main focus of our previous stream was building this house that you see here. This is the Lakeview Manor over near Falkreath. The opening area here is the base house, which is mostly furnished now, I think. I think everything's done. And then once you go through the entryway, there's like a grand kind of ballroom area where I've got a dining table. There's an upstairs where I've got more beds. I've got an armor display mannequin. I can install weapon racks and all kinds of stuff. And in addition to needing to furnish the rest of it, the one other thing that I'm focusing on doing is I'm installing a enchanting area where I can enchant my weapons and armor. And that is going to be attached off to the side like a little mage's tower type setup. And you can see that construction area right here.
Long life. House has grown so much since I saw it last. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How many people can you have occupying it?
I don't know what the cap is on children, but I know you can get married and have your spouse stay there and tend to the house. And they will, earn money and cook food for you and everything. And then you can have kids, you can have a dog. So I'm not sure what the full occupancy is. And also, I don't know if you're allowed to have a spouse and a steward at the same house. I'm not sure. Maybe if they allow that, that would be kind of nice. But I'm not sure about that. So I know that you can have, people live with you, though. I mean, you can have a family and everything, which I don't have yet. I haven't chosen my wife in Skyrim. I haven't decided on who I'm going to marry. Currently, I have Lydia as my steward here at this house. So she takes care of it. She kind of minds the ores around it. And, whenever I need her to order supplies or, buy furnishings for the house, she does all that. So she's kind of the steward of this house, while Uthgerd is my companion. She goes with me on all my quests and follows me around and fights with me and stuff.
So you don't have male companions?
No, there are. Just, I thought she was awesome. I fought her in a bar and she seemed pretty badass, so I decided to take her with me. There's one guy that can be your companion, but I think I didn't do the quest correctly. He wanted me to give a love letter to a woman that he forged in the name of another guy breaking up with her so that he could get with her. And I told the girl that he was trying to do that, so I unveiled his plot and I was honest with her, and he kind of hates me now, so I don't think he wants to be my companion. But there's like 24 or so different companions. All, there's women, there's men, you got warriors, there's archers, there's mages, there's you can get all different kinds of races, and it's just a matter of finding them. You come across them during the game, you can find them in taverns, and you can hire mercenaries too that aren't official named companions that you can marry and kind of have more as a part of your life, but just hire for jobs. So there's all kinds of stuff. And so what we did here is we started at the Lakeview Manor near Falkreath. That's where most of our streams are going to start from now on, since I have a home, and I'll kind of show you what's new and what's different. As you can see, it's definitely bigger than it was on the last stream if you watched. I have chickens now, right here I've got a little chicken. I've got my horse Frost right up here, which this is where the horse usually spawns when you're playing in VR. I've got, my smelting area, I've got my workbench, I've got a grindstone, I think I have a tanning rack on the other side. So other than the need to sell things, I almost don't have a reason to go to towns anymore. I have almost everything I need in my house, and it's just going to continue expanding from there. But what we're going to focus on for this stream is I'm going to join the Companions, which is Skyrim's version of the Fighters Guild. Basically, if you played Oblivion or Morrowind, there's the Fighters Guild, but that guild doesn't have a presence in Skyrim. Instead, it's the Companions. And the Companions are descendants of some of the people that first settled Skyrim thousands of years ago. And they are basically like warriors. It's a Fighters Guild type group. And so we're going to join them and try to uncover some of the secrets of lycanthropy, I guess is how you say it. I never knew how to say that word. But werewolves. That's where we're going to be checking out. Lycanthropy? Is that how you... I don't know.
It's one of the important questions of our time, David.
Lycanthropy. There it is. I'm going to say that. Lycanthropy. That's probably wrong.
Lycanthropists?
Sure, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Okay, let me check my inventory. Let me see. Okay, I'm good. I don't need to sell stuff right now. Alright, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, yeah, what's it like when you become a werewolf? Like, how different is it?
You're just going to have to wait and see, my friend.
Oh, man.
I think I have a quest to join. Oh, hey, Nick and Maria do stuff. I remember you from the last stream. Yeah, here it is. Speak with the leader of the Companions. I've got that as a quest, so I can go do that. So anyone that's played Skyrim before is probably familiar. Yes, Nick and Maria. So what we found out happened is Lydia did not furnish my house immediately all at once. Instead, it was a process over time. So I just had to come back and keep checking on the house over time, and eventually it filled itself out, and there's furniture in there now. I have a bed and everything. I also built the house up a little bit more. If you want to rewind the stream a little bit, you can see the grand entry hall, and I have chickens, and I've got all kinds of crafting stations now. But I'm going to keep building that, so at the start of every stream, I'm going to show the progress I've made on the house. Okay, we walk here into the Companions, their station up here in Whiterun, and we have two people in a fist fight, so I think this is the place for me for sure. I think me and Uthgerd are going to feel right at home. Let's see who wins. Oh man, they're going at it.
How far away is riding a dragon at this point?
It kind of depends. I want to be a little bit higher level before I start the Dragonborn quest line. I'm level 10 right now. I don't have a whole lot of really good armor and weapons, and whoa. Yeah, so I want to just get a little bit farther. I would say probably in a few streams I can start that quest line. I believe you get that shout to tame a dragon and ride it near the end of the quest line, so it's going to be a good distance away. But
They're
this
really
one,
going at it.
yeah, this one for the companions, I get to become a werewolf. 3 or 4 quests into this, and some of these quests are pretty quick, so I should be able to do that on the stream, I think. Okay.
How long do these fist fights usually last?
It's over now. It's over now. It just ended. Yeah, so for those watching, the other voice you're hearing is Ian Hamilton from Upload VR. I'm David Jagno, and he's watching the stream at the same time you are on YouTube. He's watching the live stream, but we're also on Party Chat on PS4 so that we can talk and both be on the stream. So what he is saying sometimes is based on what he sees, which is delayed to what I'm seeing. So, every now and then some of the comments might be a little lagged, but we can see your comments on the stream in real time. So we'll be responding to those in real time.
I'm a warrior, not a blacksmith.
All right, let's go down here and find the leader of the companions. Yeah, the house is really
Nick,
coming along.
Yes?
I hadn't seen it since it was just that front entry, and I can't believe it's 2 stories now?
Yeah, 2 stories. I've got multiple beds in there. Yeah, it's definitely a house now. It's called the Lakeview Manor, so it's kind of living up to its name a little bit better now.
Is that the biggest of the 3 that you can build, or is it just that's just his name?
I'm not entirely sure. I know that there are 3 you can build. I think they're all similar size. I just like that one because it's near the lake, and you can eventually get a balcony, and you can kind of look out at the lake from the balcony, and it's really nice. And the one of them's in a marsh, and I think the other is in the blizzard, snow area. But I like this one because it's in the forest by a lake. There's not a whole lot of forest areas in Skyrim because it's so snowy. I would like
what's
to join
the view
the
like at sunrise or
companions.
sunset?
I don't know yet. I'm waiting until I have a balcony to experience that. And that's going to be an important moment for me and my prospective wife, where we talk about our future together.
All right, we talked about this a little bit. I have a little problem with this, this Second Life situation. Number one, I just got to ask. I mean, you can marry men, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not get out there and explore life a little bit virtually?
Because I don't swing that way. That's totally fine for the people of Skyrim that do, but I want a virtual wife that can rival my real life wife. So that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, and so that's the second question, right? All right. So what does the real life wife think of the virtual wives? How many virtual wives do you have in Skyrim over the years?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't even know. I lost track.
And
let's see. Taking care of business, is that the quest? No. I don't know where the quest is that... Oh, okay. I don't have a new one yet. Come here, Vilcus. Where are you going? I'll have to train with him. Okay.
So the next question is, it's a little personal, so feel free to skip it. But you ever bring your wife over to the computer and say, "Hey, this is my virtual wife"?
I will definitely be doing that once I get one in VR. I'm gonna have them meet face to face.
Yeah,
it's gonna go fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. They'll get along just fine.
Well, so that Nick and Maria are asking the same question I sort of have: is there any emotional connection? Can you detect any kind of difference in sort of your connection to these characters?
This guy is beautiful right now. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, whoops. I have to fight. Any emotional connection? Not really. I don't think... the fact that it's a 6-year-old game that I played a billion times probably contributes to me being a little jaded. But Elder Scrolls...
Nick and Maria's comment here.
Well, what did they say?
Watches your real wife kills your VR one with your own VR hands.
Yep, that's... I'm gonna have to prepare myself for that, I guess. I'll have a backup save file. That's what I'll do.
Put your weapons away, hide them away, just in case.
Yeah. Okay, so I had to prove that I was strong to that guy, so he had me hit him a couple times. He now thinks I'm strong enough, so I have to go take his sword up to the blacksmith for some servicing, I guess. A little polish and shine. Okay. Here's this guy's sword.
I'm guessing you're the newcomer then. Oh, don't worry
Okay.
too much about it. They were all whelps once. They just might not like to talk about it. And don't
Okay, we're
always
gonna
just
skip a
do
lot
what
of the
you
dialogue.
Nobody
Because I don't want to spoil too much in terms of the lore and the settings and everything. And we're probably just going to be talking during it. But, you know, the words are here on the screen if you really want to read it, I guess. Basically, this guy is, this is his Sky Forge, is what it's called. It's the best forge in all of Skyrim, supposedly. And he makes a lot of the weapons and gear for the companions. And so I'm just chatting with him a little bit.
know how to work a forge properly. My name is Yorlin Greymane.
Okay.
So going back to the whole like emotional connection to the characters thing, I guess
My wife is in mourning, and I need
what
to
do you
get
think
back
is
to
holding
her
it
soon.
back from having
Much
that
obliged if you
connection?
can take
Is
this
it
day
just that this is a 6-year-old game and the animations and all that are not up to speed? That the AI isn't reactive enough? I guess I'm wondering, what do you think needs to change, or is it possible for you to have an emotional connection to a VR character?
I think so. I mean, you played The Last of Us, and you know that game. That is a heavy game that has a lot of really intense moments and really believable characters. I mean, a game like that, if we can ever get to the point where we have the visuals of those kind of games and those kind of interactions and believable AI in VR with, you know, hand presence and, you know, ability to move around a room and all that kind of stuff, I think that's the point where it'll start being more believable. You know, kind of just what you were saying with, you know, the fact that it's an old game, it's dated visually. That's really the main reason. It's you know, I mean, it still looks good, but you know, it clearly shows its age.
I also wonder if you experiencing this fresh for the first time might change that effect too. I mean, it's hard for you, since you've got so much experience with this world, to, I don't know, have the same ownership you had the first time you did all these things.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a very good point.
So a couple good questions here. Are we using a capture card? No. Right now he's using Sony's streaming feature, and that means we're looking through one of his eyepieces, and actually only a piece of one of his eyes. So there's like half, maybe a third of the screen that's cut off. So he actually sees a lot more at the bottom of the screen, a little bit more at the top. So when he's actually there immersed in VR, he's seeing a lot more than what we're seeing on the stream. We are looking into using a capture card to get the...
I'm gonna adjust the audio real quick. I think the game audio is a little low. Let me try making it so that... Alright, try talking. Yes. Okay, I can hear you fine. I think the game audio will be a little bit louder now, though, so people can maybe hear it a bit better.
They challenge
And
us to
then
be our best.
hands, I'm walled. The
Nice to have a
immersion.
new
So we
face
covered.
around.
Let's
It
cover a
gets
couple,
boring here
some of those things
sometimes.
we've covered in previous streams,
I
real
hope we
quick.
keep you. This can be a rough life.
You're using the move controllers
The
right now,
corners are
right?
up here.
That
Just
is
pick a bed and
correct.
fall in it when you're tired.
You can't hear
Selma
him.
will keep
Okay,
the
never
place
mind,
clean.
Maria. You can.
She always
Okay.
has. All right, so here you are. Looks like the
So yeah,
others
you're
are
using
eager to
move
meet you.
controllers. You
Come to me
can
or Ayala if you're
dual
looking for
wield
work.
with one hand.
Once you
It's
made
just
a
the
bit of
other
a name
hand
for
is not
yourself,
usable.
Skjor and Vilkas might have things for
Movement.
you to do.
There's a
Good
variety
luck.
of options.
Welcome
There's
to the
actually more
companions.
options than I think I've seen in any other game.
By the way, we've gotten a letter
for VR
about someone
movement.
needing
I'm
some
sure there's a
muscle
couple
right
out there
here
that have
in
more
Whiterun.
options.
I don't
But
know
I
what the
played this
fight is
myself.
about.
This is Ian
I
Hamilton, by
just
the
need you
way.
to go out
David's
there,
the one
look
actually
tough.
in VR right
No
now.
more than that. I don't want to hear
But I
about
played this
killing,
game, and I'm actually
understand?
very sensitive to motion
Get to it,
sickness.
then.
And what I did was I turned on field of view restriction, which turns the picture into a very small little ball in the middle of your screen, almost turns it into like a tiny TV set, if the TV set was a circle. But what that does is whenever you move around, move back, forward, left, right, it turns into that little circle, and it helps decrease simulator sickness. And so I did that for a good, 45 minutes the other night, and felt fine. And I'm usually very susceptible to simulator sickness. David, on the other hand, in VR right now is not susceptible, so he goes basically with the most movement options that he can, just goes straight forward, does whatever he wants, and feels fine. So that's what we're seeing right now, is that full movement option.
Let's get some
And currently, the way the turning works with the Move controllers is it's only gradual increments like this. You can customize how fast and how far the movements go. But Bethesda has said that they will be adding a fully smooth movement option for the Move controllers. They don't have that currently. If you use the DualShock 4, you can move smoothly. But they're going to be adding that to the Move controllers. Alright, so the companions need me to go intimidate this shopkeeper guy. I think he owes them money or something. Yeah, so that's why I'm here.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Everything's for sale.
Yeah, that's the other
my
question
friend.
we get all the time
Everything.
about
Buy a
PC
sister,
headsets. All we
sell
know
her
is
in a
that they
second.
want to bring it to as many headsets as possible, which is kind of a
Can't
vague way
scare
of
me
saying
into submission.
that it's
Let's
probably a lengthy timed
Come
Fist
on.
exclusive.
fight.
Never
Fist fight.
should have come here.
There we go.
You're tougher than you look. You got me, fair and square. Fine, I'll take care of it. Just please leave me alone.
I would love to
Alright.
talk to the people. I would love to talk to the people at Bethesda and get a better understanding of the manpower that was required to put this into VR. Because that's one of the things we report about a lot and keep talking to is people want AAA quality out of a VR experience, but budgets aren't there necessarily to do that. So you've got a game like Skyrim where you can throw a couple people at it and still get like this massive experience. But then you've got a game like Echo Arena or
Well, it's
Robo
also worth
Recall.
saying that this is a port, of a game that they've already remastered several times.
It's true. But I think that's so. Like, if they were able to do this with, let's say, 10 people, maybe it was less than that,
Score
but
says
maybe
that
it
I
was
have
more
the
than
strength
that.
of Ysgramor,
Let's say if they did it with
and
10
my
people and
brother
it
has his
takes,
smarts.
I don't know, 50 people or 60
You seem
people
to have
to
a knack
turn
for this
out
kind of
a
thing. I'll make sure people in
short
charge know.
but good
Score
made for
was
VR
looking for you
game.
earlier.
Don't
know.
What do we
He just
need?
said
Like,
he
what?
need-
How
I
big
don't
of a
like
budget do we
making him
need to
angry,
make
but there is some work
Skyrim
for you if you want
for
it.
VR from scratch? We always come back to that. Like, if Elder Scrolls 6 is
Some people don't think
built
I'm
for
smart.
VR,
Those people get
how many people is that going to take? Is
There
that
you
really
are.
going to like slow them down so much that they
I
are
did.
not going to do it from the
Your
start?
time, it
Or
seems,
is
has
it easy
come.
enough for them now that
Last week, a
it
scholar
is
came
they
to us.
can do that
He
from
said
the
he
start,
knew where
the
we
planning
could.
process?
He seemed a fool to me, but if he's right, the honor of the companions demand that we seek it out. This is a simple. Farkas will be your shield sibling. He'll
Alright,
answer any
so I'm doing a
questions you
quest
have.
called Proving Honor,
Try not to disappoint.
where I must go retrieve
Or to
a
get him
piece
killed.
of this legendary axe that they're trying to rebuild. I think it was the axe
still
used
need
by
to prove yourself,
Ysgramor,
though.
who's like a, sort of like a prophetic hero that settled
Come to me
Skyrim
with
originally.
questions. I know our history almost as well
So
as
I'm
Vignar by now.
supposed to go retrieve a piece of this axe.
So Nick and Maria just sort of made me had a little like existential crisis, bringing up the idea of Wolfenstein VR. And
I
I
hope
gotta
you've
say,
read it
like,
yourself.
I wrote that opinion
So
a little
I'm
while
told.
ago about how
Let's see if you impress.
Oculus doesn't need to fund shooter games. The shooter games are going to be made either way. Oculus doesn't need to actually
Until
put money
next
into
time.
it. That was more or less the gist of the editorial. But Wolfenstein VR, killing Nazis in VR. I don't know. That might make me break my rule. I might need to see that funded.
I think a lot of people would agree with you there. You could, punching a Nazi is something we haven't done in VR yet.
Why haven't we done that?
I don't know, man.
It's like the first thing on the list.
Alright. Oh man. Is that another dragon? Is attacking me at the same tower that I fought a dragon at before? Perfect. Alright. Let's do this. Oh man.
This should be good.
I don't know if you fought a dragon before, Farkas, but in VR it's pretty intense. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's fighting some guards, I guess, or those bandits. I don't know who that is. Alright, they'll help me out a little bit. Thank you. Ugh. See, the cool thing about fighting dragons in VR is you have to actually crane your neck back to get a good look at them. Especially when you're shooting your arrows and everything. Oh, that's a frost dragon. Alright.
I'm getting out of here.
His face is all bloody.
What is that, cold? That he's firing at you?
Yeah. Having all these guards helping me is pretty awesome. It really feels like a team effort. Oh! It crash landed. You've been grounded. You can really rapid fire arrows when you're using the move controllers, which is a great bonus that isn't there if you're not using them. Because in the base game, without the move controllers, your speed for shooting the arrows is all just based on your skill level. So there's perks on the skill tree that affect that. But if I'm using the move controllers, it all just has to do with how fast I can move my hands. So that's a pretty cool little effect that using move has. Alright. Lots of stuff from that dragon. Okay, I still have quite a bit of room in terms of my carry weight, so I'm not going to go drop off stuff right now because I don't feel like looking at a loading screen again for the moment. I'm going to go to this location where I'm supposed to supposedly find the piece of that axe for the companions. So I'm riding my horse there. As you can see, when you're on a horse, it kind of bobs up and down a little bit. Some people might feel uncomfortable with that movement, but as Ian was saying earlier, luckily movement sickness or simulator sickness in VR isn't something that I am, plagued with. Luckily, so it doesn't really bother me. But I know some people would probably feel weird, especially if you're standing up riding a horse in VR. Let me grab this location. Okay, let me turn around now. Yeah, one trick, if you haven't played a whole lot of Skyrim, if you look on the compass, it'll show you these icons. They're black, they're not filled in. And that means you haven't found that location yet, but it is there. So what I like to do whenever I'm traveling is if I see one that's nearby, I'll go ahead and just go to it to unlock the fast travel. Dang it, stupid wolves. You're not doing very much, Farkas. You're not very helpful.
Yeah, Nick and Maria, I want that co-op mod too. Like, we had talked about possibly me going into Skyrim in my headset, him going to Skyrim in his headset, and us both just sort of going on that journey together, sort of like we're on, I don't know, on like a walkie-talkie with each other, going through the world together.
Yeah, I mean, it's what people do in party chat a lot. You know, even if they're not playing in VR, they just kind of chat with their friends while they're playing games. And you know, doing it in VR would be pretty cool because it would really feel like you're chatting with somebody while you're experiencing like a parallel universe, like you just said. That would be a different sensation than playing a non-VR game on party chat. What is this guy doing?
This
So
one
one-
has something sweet for
Let
the
me put
fellow
this
traveler.
out to people and just see. We're expecting Doom to arrive later this week, right? It launches Friday.
That's right.
This one has something
And it's
sweet
for both
the fellow traveler.
PSVR and
If it
Vive.
entices.
And one of the things we were toying with, we're trying to figure out what's the best way to stream that. One of the ideas was we can use big screen, and if you're not familiar with big screen, it's a social screen sharing app. And so you could theoretically output your PS4's screen into your PC, and then output obviously your view in HTC Vive to another screen, another player playing on another screen, and then you could have multiple people come into big screen and watch it, or you could stream from big screen as well. And so we're thinking about doing something like that as a way of streaming the differences between the PSVR version and the Vive version, if there are any. It may not be too noticeable, I'm not sure yet.
I think the biggest difference is going to be the PSVR version has aim controller support.
That's a good point.
And also, Nick and Maria, to your point, not necessarily, because if the person in big screen is doing the live stream, they're not actually playing the game. Instead, they're just watching the output of the other two people. So you wouldn't really need to have a great upload speed, because you would just be streaming what you see in big screen.
Yeah.
So it'd be a total of
split
3
up
people.
Well, and anyone else that you join into the big screen.
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
true. You could have some other people hanging out, but you would have 2 people playing it independently, and then you would have a third person streaming from big screen, and then anyone else could join in and watch. But yeah, you don't have to. You wouldn't be playing it and streaming big screen and in big screen all at the same time or anything like that. Okay, what's going on here? This place looks sufficiently creepy. Oh, there's Zambi. Okay, he's stronger than I thought he was. He's pretty helpful. Ooh, that arrow went straight into his skull and then through out the other end. That's perfect. Yeah, so you would video cap the PSVR with a capture card, and then you could stream that onto a big screen room. That is correct, and then the person that's in big screen with you could be the one that is live streaming it. Oh, this is a master level lock. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one. My lockpick skill is not that great. Yeah, I'm just breaking picks like crazy, trying to open it. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I have some potions that'll help. Let's see. Pickpocketing potion. But I don't think I have a lockpick potion. I'll just have to come back to that, I guess. Alright, where is the entrance to this place? I'm just hanging around outside here. Must be up here then, I guess. Yep, here we go. It's up top. Dustman's Cairn. Cairn.
So it sounds like you're in, Nick and Maria, with the big screen idea. We're gonna try a capture card pretty soon with Skyrim, right, David?
Yeah, I should be getting one soon. Hopefully this week. That'd be great. So we could do the Doom VFR comparison, ASAP. You know, the game releases on Friday. We still don't know for sure when the embargo is going to be from Bethesda, but it's usually the day before, like it was with Skyrim. So that's when we should be able to share our review and our thoughts on Doom once we get a chance to really dig into it more. And that review will be done by Jamie Feltham.
Is that how you pronounce his British last name?
I think it's Feltham. Feltham? I like Feltham, but I think it's Feltham. I don't think it's Feltham, like I want it to be.
British, Jamie is our English correspondent, and we're constantly fighting with him about the British version of English words, or the American version of British words. I'm not sure. But, yeah, what was the one? Yeah, it's spelled F-E-L-T-H-A-M.
Oh boy. Let me switch. Get my Orcish mace out, ready to go.
What were we talking about today? Fueled? He discovered Fueled has 1 L in America.
There, brother.
Now, you get your frost out of here. That's cheating. This is a fist fight. Alright. Now, one thing I've seen from a lot of people online is that some people have trouble with the melee combat, and one thing I've noticed that works for me if I'm using a shield is you want to hold it up like you would a real shield, right? So you want to hold it up to your face, and whenever it goes solid, that's when it's blocking. If it's translucent, then it's just being used for movement. And if you hold it and then push out, that's how you do a bash. So you want to get up close to someone and you can bash them, and that stuns them, and that opens them up for you to do melee attacks. One thing is guys letting go of the movement button when you're doing melee. You don't want to try to move around while you're fighting, because it'll just kind of throw you off and make your aiming bad. Oh, here we go. I can show you right now. So I see I block that, go up, shield bash, and then you can just hit them, shield bash, and that's how it works. And it's very satisfying. I love shield bashing. I did it in the 2D version of the game, but doing it in VR and physically having to get up close in their face and hit them, you know, it's pretty intense. We have a Killer Instinct fan here, apparently. Okay, this place looks ominous and important, so there's probably going to be a fight here.
So Nick and Maria, are you in England right now?
Also, is it Nick or Maria right now? Or is it both of you all the time?
Yeah, I don't know how to address, like, two people commenting from a single account. Like, just call them Nick and Maria, I guess. I guess that works.
N and M.
Oh, we've got Jamie has come back, and he says it's Feltham. Feltham.
Well, you just said both. Which one is it?
Sorry, Feltham. Feltham.
Feltham. I thought it was Feltham.
He said this is the plague of the Felthams.
Oh, okay. I remember this part. Everyone be quiet. You gotta watch. So I'm locked here, right, because I pulled that lever?
Now look what you've gotten yourself into.
So he's like, alright, I'll find the release. You're so annoying. But he's getting ambushed! Look at all those guys. Now watch.
We knew you'd be coming.
Here it is, here it is.
Your mistake.
Uh-oh, Tal is tuning in now.
What is that?
So Tal is our editor, our boss.
What's going on?
and
He's cornered. He's got his back against the wall. What's he gonna do? There's too many people, right?
None of you will be alive to tell it.
He likes to tease people. So
There it is.
he's now doing the text chat.
For all you Twilight fans out there.
Your concentration. Can I just keep talking and messing with you? Like, is it gonna screw up your ability to play?
I don't have to do anything right now. This is all just something to watch. Did you just see that?
Ooh. Yeah, it's just a little delayed.
But that's pretty awesome. That's in my not too distant future.
I hope I didn't scare you. It's a blessing given to some of us.
They
We
call
could
it
be
a
like
blessing
wild
if
beasts,
you're in the companions.
fearsome. Oh no.
Jamie
Only the
felt ham,
circle
felt
have the
ham.
beast blood. Prove your honor to be a companion. Eyes on the
Ooh.
We should keep moving. Still the Trogger to
But
worry
he doesn't
about.
have Thanksgiving.
Ooh, see, here we go. These come in handy. These are always good to have as silver weapons because they're very powerful against werewolves, against the undead, against ghosts, any kind of supernatural beings. Silver weapons are what you want. There's some ghosts later in the game that non-silver weapons won't even touch them. You know, if you shoot a iron arrow at a ghost, it'll go straight through them. But a silver arrow will hit them. So you always want to have at least one silver weapon on you at all times, just in case. See, this guy has vampire dust on him, so I think he might have been a vampire. Or he killed one recently. Which is another thing you can become in Skyrim. Right now we're doing werewolf stuff, ideally. But you can become a vampire, you can ride dragons, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. I think, which Elder Scrolls game was it? I think it was Daggerfall, the second one, back in the, I want to say like early 2000s. You could become a werebear, I think, or a wereboar. I can't remember what it was.
Someone there.
But you could.
I want my wife to call me a werebear.
Ooh, right in the mouth. Yeah, you go ahead, Parkus. You take care of him. He has so many arrows in him. Boom. There we go.
Hey, watch it.
Getting a lot of good potions and stuff here. Cure disease, cure poison. Oh, you can do werebear in this one as well. That's good to know. I wasn't aware of that. Huh, a werebear. Get it. Anything good here? I don't think so. Guess we just gotta go through this door. Keep adventuring further. What does that sound? I don't like that.
Whoa.
I have a bad feeling about this one. Yep. Oh, I knew it. It came alive.
I looked away for a
dead.
second, but Bethesda popped in?
I don't know. Did they?
We got a comment from Bethesda saying you can be a werebear in the Dragonborn DLC.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, Bethesda. I don't know who from Bethesda's watching, but much appreciated. So, whoever from Bethesda's watching, what kind of stuff do you want to see us stream in VR? You know, what are your favorite parts to do in VR in Skyrim?
I'm gonna...
And also, if you're still watching, I'm curious, is Doom VFR going to have smooth locomotion? Is that confirmed for sure? Because I know whenever I demoed it last, it was just the dash teleporting.
Skyrim, you can do whatever you want.
This is a PR person then. We know that for sure now. Look at that well-trained PR answer. Well done.
Yeah, you have Bethesda listening now, David. You have them at your command.
Oh yeah, so here's I have some UI suggestions. Oh, good to know. Doom has smooth movement. That's good. So here's my idea. Get ready. Okay, take notes. I'll wait a second for you to open up a notepad document on your computer. Okay, so this is what you want to do. Is instead of having these flat menus, see how this menu is all flat and not very VR friendly, and I have to go over to items and scroll through it like it's a non-VR game. Instead of that, how about you let me grab a backpack off my back and sift through my inventory this way? Yeah, I know. Is your mind blown right now? Because that's a free idea that you should totally use. And you should also talk to Sony about getting analog sticks on these things because they're terrible to use all the time. Yeah, so there you go. Free. You can put me in the credits if you want. That'd be fine.
Special thanks, David. David, right at the very end.
Look at that. Bethesda says backpack inventories are a cool idea. That's a headline. Write it. Right there. Yeah, but the DualShock doesn't have hand presence. I can't swing my sword with my arm if I'm using a DualShock. But I will say that given the hardware limitations of the PlayStation Move, Skyrim works way better than it should. It's an impressive feat because the Move controllers aren't the best hand controllers on the market, not by a long shot. So it works surprisingly well. Once you get used to the movement system, I'm a big fan.
So, what Bethesda's here on Doom, can you still use the teleport button without restriction to enter slow motion mode? Because I basically cheated through my entire last demo of Doom VFR because I was such a little wussy. I didn't want to have the monsters coming at me at full speed, so I just kept it in slow motion the entire time.
Oh, look at this guy. Good thing you're not reviewing it, am I right?
What are the different modes of difficulty in Doom? Like, isn't I'm a wimp?
There's one that's like Daddy Save Me or something, right?
That's me. Yeah. Doom difficulty levels.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Oh wow,
I need to go this way.
That's impressive, Google. Hey, not too rough. Hurt me plenty. Ultraviolence and Nightmare.
Man, another master difficulty chest. What is up with all this? I'm only level 10.
Oh yeah, there's also I Am a Wimp. Yeah, I Am Too Young to Die.
I thought there was one that had Daddy in the name. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, here we go. I overlooked this area. Yes, healing potions. So Nicomaria lockpicking. You do get haptic feedback. The controller vibrates a little bit. Oh, okay, that's right. It's Wolfenstein. I knew it was something Bethesda. But so what I do is here. Let me go into the menu so you can see. I press these square and triangle buttons on the right move controller to rotate the pick, and then I pull the trigger to turn it. So you don't have to physically move your hand around when you're picking a lock. That would be something that'd be cool to have, maybe in a future Elder Scrolls VR game, But, yeah, it's not something they have in this one.
Just Bethesda, we've had this, so someone's asking, is it coming to Vive? We've had that question, probably 36 times on these streams.
Yeah, give or take 100. Mostly
so just, if we can officially say that Bethesda said it is coming to as many headsets as possible
I'm going to preempt
on our
it.
Stream.
I'm going to preempt it. That's what they're going to say, that they want to bring their games to as many headsets as possible, because that's what they say in every interview. I'm calling it.
What we're trying to say, Bethesda, is that there's a lot of people out there that want this on other headsets, and very badly.
That is a true statement.
There it is. PSVR this year. We're investigating other platforms for next year, and you guys are. Aww. I like to call them Beth. That's I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Well, whenever you're speaking to an account that just goes by Bethesda Softworks and you don't know who it is, I mean, I guess it feels more natural to abbreviate it to a nickname like that.
Beth, yeah. Beth is here today.
Time to end this.
Oh no, this guy looks scary. Okay, time to change. Ooh.
Yeah, one of the reasons I brought up Doom was this stream is fairly. I mean, you get a little bit intense sometimes.
Whew. Okay, this guy almost killed me. I just noticed how low my health was.
Bethesda. So you get a little intense in here. How intense do you think the streams are going to sound when we're doing Doom?
I don't think they're going to sound as intense because, you know, I'll be pointing a gun and moving instead of having to actually swing my hands around. I won't be fighting dragons, but I will be fighting demons, so... Oh, I didn't know there was another guy! I just died. Oh, man. Came up behind me. Oh, this is bad. I think the last time I saved was all the way back at the beginning of the dungeon. Yep, I'm all the way back at the start. Oh, man. Let this be a lesson. That when you're inside of a dungeon, you should save.
Looks like someone's been digging here, and
Alright.
recently.
Let's try to move through it pretty quick, since I kind of have an idea of what to do.
Yeah, Christopher, we're in the same boat. Basically saying thanks to Bethesda for not being afraid to move games to VR. I think that's one of the biggest... We've been talking about this a lot, David, about just... Well, we knew Skyrim was going to be big, but I don't know, we kind of didn't... I don't think I expected it to be as big as it ended up being.
I would argue that I don't think Bethesda expected it to be as big as it ended up being. I mean, maybe you can speak to that a little bit since you're here on the stream. You're getting hit before it gets turned around. What are you doing?
Brother. What there, brother?
You just stood there and let that dude blast him in the back with frost. I don't know what that was.
Are you standing right now?
Yeah. Whenever I play with move controllers, I usually always stand. Yeah, Beth has to be a PR person. I'm just gonna say it.
Those are good answers. I mean, those are the answers where you huff really big in the interview, and you say, "I've got a. How else can I ask this question?"
Right, right. Yeah, they aren't able to talk about how long of an exclusive this is. All they've said is, you know, next year, so we'll see. Hopefully not a full year like, what was it? Was it Resident Evil is a full year exclusive for Sony? But Batman was only 6 months, so maybe this will be a shorter time period. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, one of the things I really want to talk to Bethesda about when we can is whether their work with these 3 games in VR makes it easier for them to build VR into the beginning in future games, or whether it's always going to be like a tacked-on modification, you know, DLCs type thing.
Okay, for those that missed it earlier because Ian was talking too much, this is a big
Now
moment
look what you've gotten yourself
right here.
into. No worries, just sit
Exciting
tight.
moment.
I'll find a release.
You know what I'm going to do while I have some downtime is I'm going to go ahead and quick save. That's what I'm going to do. There we go.
It's time to die, dog.
Sorry I talk a lot.
Your mistake, companion.
I just love this part.
Which one is that?
So intense.
I can't hear the audio from the screen, so that's part of the problem.
Dies.
You don't hear any audio?
For an excellent story.
I just have it on mute
I
because
see, because you're on party
focusing on
chat.
you.
To tell
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
right, that's right. Transformation! What time is it right now, Ian?
I'm gonna check. 2:15.
Okay, okay. And thanks for stopping by, Beth. Really appreciate you watching the stream. And we are big fans here at Upload VR, as you no doubt know, just from reading the review and all the coverage we've been giving the game. If you follow me on Twitter, I have not been shy in admitting that I'm very much addicted to Skyrim VR. So, yeah, I plan on continuing to play it and stream it as much as I can. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, and Christopher's asking, is there werewolf mode? And that's basically what you're working toward today, right?
Yeah, hopefully I don't die again, so I don't have to lose progress. But yeah, so I'm doing the companions quest right now. I'm hoping that before the stream is over, I will be able to become a werewolf. That is the plan, and I think I'm making pretty good progress. It's not too far down the quest line before I get to that. Christopher, yeah, Crow Team, give a shout out to them as well, because they've been a machine. That development studio has just been a machine in terms of porting their games over to VR. Serious Sam 1, 2, and 3, I think, are all in VR already. They have the Last Stand, which is like a really intense wave shooter. The Talos Principle is in VR. So in this year, they've brought more games to VR than I think most other developers. So it's been pretty big.
Watch it there, brother. Watch it there, brother. You'll do better than that. You're making me angry.
Finish him. Yeah. Whoops. He was carrying some butter. It's always good to have whenever you go into a deep, dark dungeon. It's too bad I can't use butter to loosen up the locks a little bit. That'd be nice. And a quick save again. That's right, Nick. Words to live by.
Which is Bethesda's Twitter account? Is it at Bethesda or Bethesda Game Studios?
I believe Bethesda is the overall parent company, which owns Bethesda Game Studios and Tango and the other developers. I think Bethesda Game Studios is the developer of Skyrim, Fallout, those games.
Is someone there?
I'm gonna tag him. Thank him for hopping into the stream.
I think I saw someone else in here up on the stairs. Yeah, we got an archer up there trying to hide, trying to be all sly. But it's not gonna work.
You're good as dead. Is this what you want?
Nice. Okay. Novice, I can unlock that, no problem. Oh, I just broke my lockpick right after I said that. Figures. Yeah, Tal brings up a good point on the Upload VR account. Before Morrowind, Bethesda was still a game studio. They made a lot of games that aren't Elder Scrolls and Fallout. They made a hockey game. I think they used to do some shooter, I think that they did like a military shooter. That was like one of their main franchises before they got really big. I could be wrong, but I feel like there was one. Or I might be thinking of Gearbox. I'm sure Tal will correct me. Terminator. There you go. There you go. And I'm encumbered. Great. Let's drop some stuff. These cultist gloves don't weigh much, so I'm not going to bother dropping those. Oh, here we go. The studded armor. That probably weighs a little bit. Yeah. Drop. Okay. Let's go through here.
Terminator, how old is that game?
Oh, Brink. Was that developed by Bethesda? I thought that was developed by, like, Splash Damage? Was that the developer name? I thought they just published it. Okay. We're almost caught up with where we were at before I died. So one thing you'll notice is that I'm shooting these joggers, like zombie guys, while they're still laying down, because I can tell just from the way they look, you know, those would come alive eventually if I walked by them or got too close. So it's kind of easy skill points. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, this is the guy that killed me earlier, I think. Okay.
Did you save the game this time?
Saved just a second ago, yeah. Okay. What I'm hoping is that Farkas can keep him occupied long enough for me to regroup over here. Oh man. Okay. I'll go ahead and heal a little bit. And let's switch to some flames. I'm not really focusing on magic, but it will let me do a little damage to these guys. Yeah, there we go. Oh! That was awesome. Yeah, that was Elder Scrolls Arena, which, you know, was good for its time. I didn't really get into Elder Scrolls too heavily until Morrowind, but Arena and Daggerfall were both very big. I'm sure you played a lot of Daggerfall, Tal, because that game was huge when it came out. It's still, I think, the largest in terms of just size of any Elder Scrolls game. But a lot of it's procedurally generated, which is why they were able to make a game that size. Tribunal? I thought Tribunal was an expansion for Morrowind. I don't remember a mainline game being called that, but maybe I just forgot.
Yeah, Krister is asking whether we felt a change in people perceive VR now compared to earlier this year. I have a editorial, and Tal, you should actually read it. It's in WordPress if you want to check it out. But the biggest thing with VR is still cost. It's like a problem between cost, easy setup, and full range of motion. And like, there's a sweet spot there in between all those things where you can get the cost really low, you give people a lot of freedom of motion, and you can make it super duper easy to set up. And right now we don't have that solution.
Where?
And so my brother is actually looking to get into PSVR this Christmas. And you know, here I'm a guy who's been reporting on this stuff for years now, and I could not convince him to get VR before this holiday season. And even as he buys it, he's still talking about how it's difficult. He's like, do I buy the Move controllers or do I buy the PS Aim controller? And yes, Windows MR is very close. I think the issue there with Windows MR is, well, we're still working through our reviews on those headsets.
Oh yeah, Battlespire. There was a mobile one too. Sorry, go on.
No, we're still working through our reviews on the Windows MR headsets to really get a good grasp of how they compare to what's already available. Like, they've only had Steam support for
Dang it.
like 10 days now or something like that. And that Steam support is, before that Steam support hit, it was kind of a deal breaker for many people because you need to have access to those games. So I don't know, overall, I don't know if it's the sentiment, it's just about bringing millions of people into VR. I think eventually we will have millions of people in VR. It's why I sort of bet my career on this a little bit, because I think that this is the next computing platform. Only way they make it easier to set up, and Microsoft is ahead there on the setup, and they've also got a nice low price at $300 or $400 after Black Friday. But it's still kind of a pain to hook up to a PC. Like you still want the all-in-one solution.
I will say though that not having any tracking cameras or anything to worry about is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's so hard to compare. Like people that are coming at this stuff blind, they already own a PS4 or they already own a Samsung phone, or they already own a gaming PC, and that kind of like makes your decision for you most of the time. Like the PC is the only situation where you've got a real decision ahead for whether you get Windows or Vive or Rift. But in most cases, like, it's just a matter of, oh man, do I want to shell out $400 to enjoy 3 or 4 games in VR on my PS4? And that's a hard calculation for most people to make. But if you bring that whole package, like, yeah, there's no package below $500 right now for all in on anything. Like, you could buy,
yeah, that's true.
Even with an old Samsung phone.
I think even with the crazy good Black Friday deals, you could get a PSVR for $200 and a PS4 for $200, but I don't think that would include Move controllers. So you would have to, shell up another $60 or so. Those deals are over now anyway, so they're kind of a moot point.
Someone there?
Oculus Go is the one to watch earlier next year. It's a $200. That's $200, right, David?
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't know.
I'll have to double check that, but yeah, I think that's their price point. $200 for Oculus Go, and that's a headset I'm actually starting to think, okay, maybe I buy one for my parents.
Oh my gosh, we have so many enemies on the side of this door. Whoa. Alright.
So Nick, you're suggesting that the PC cost goes to $500 to $600, and then the headset is in addition to that? Because I think the price that they need to hit is more or less $500 or under for everything.
Man, I feel bad for Farkas down there. He's getting surrounded right now.
Yeah, all in. I agree. $600 all in, and you're going to sell a lot. And we're talking, you need to have full hand controllers, freedom to move around the room, and that's going to be amazing. That's the dream.
Oh,
but
man.
I don't know if we're... So there, you've got the wireless solutions from TPcast and others that'll be coming next year. But that's, I don't know, a $200 cost addition into everything else. I was trying to chart this out, and Oculus has been in a lead on a lot of this stuff, so they're going to lead by example.
Quick save.
Yeah. So Oculus is going to lead by example with this $200 mobile headset where you have to stay seated. Oh, nice, Krister, the TPcast. How is it a problem that you can't do voice chat on that, or have they fixed that yet?
Are you prepared? Victory is yours. I say, get the best of me.
Oh my gosh. There's so many enemies here.
But the bottom line is the Oculus standalone, I don't think we're going to see until 2019 at the earliest. They're going to ship dev kits next year. But we won't see an actual consumer product that's a standalone all-in-one kit next year.
Ah, okay. I quick saved, thankfully. I just died again. But I quick saved during that fight. Man, there's so many enemies.
The thing that bugs me about the streaming solution, the streaming solution is amazing. It blew my mind at E3. Incredibly fun to have sort of full fidelity PCVR wireless able to move around.
Oh my god, I got destroyed that time.
The issue there is price. It's just adding to the cost of the overall system, and it's going in sort of the opposite direction of where we need to go to bring millions and millions more people into VR.
Let's see, do I have any scrolls? I have a Blizzard scroll. I'll just use that. Oh man, I can't even move! Great, okay. I'm getting destroyed, guys. Sorry. I'm getting all hung up here. Let me see if I can finish these guys.
Yeah, Nick, I think that's an interesting point about the HMD, the top visuals. I was thinking about this today though, and people have already shown that they are willing to support a lower resolution display like the PlayStations. So yeah, PC people certainly love the higher resolution of Vive and Rift, but clearly people love what they see in PSVR since it's selling better so I think the bigger thing that needs to hit first is more convenient tracking. I don't think we necessarily need higher resolution visuals in order to bring millions more people into VR. Yes. I think we just need more convenient tracking and lower cost.
Whew.
How far are you from becoming a werewolf?
I don't know the time.
Nothing.
Man, these guys are crazy. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, Krister, I totally understand that viewpoint about wireless VR. Once you experience it, it's really hard to go back. I think at the end of the day, cost is going to be a huge driver, though, and that's why Oculus and PlayStation are positioning themselves in smart places. Sony really positioned PSVR at a
sorry about that.
Tempting price point.
So this is a good opportunity right here, actually. The cool thing you can do whenever you have the favorites menu brought up is it freezes the game. So I can see this arrow right here. I think that's stuck in my shield, that's why it's like this. But I can like walk over here around the menu and I can see the enemy frozen right here. Which, it just looks so cool. You know, here's like the blood splatter. You know, this is a really cool feature that, it's not really a feature, air quotes. It's really neat to do with dragons too. I did it on the last stream. But this really just lets you get like up close and really look at these characters, which you can't do if you're playing a non-VR. Okay, gonna use the last of my minor healing potions. Hopefully I can finish off here.
Nick was asking about 6DoF using AR Core. I saw 6DoF being used with Apple's AR kit. I can't remember if someone tried it with AR Core. The thing with AR Core is that it's like a stripped down, not a stripped down version of Tango, but it's meant for more devices, right? David, you went and did that one, right?
Say that again?
AR Core was for most Android devices, is that right?
Yeah, I think they said by near the beginning of next year sometime they want it to support 100,000 different AR devices or Android devices. I think when it launched, it was just like the recent Google phones and the Galaxies, and but I think they want to expand that to a whole bunch of different ones.
The thing about all that is that the quality of an AR or tracking experience with a phone is dictated so much by the quality of the sensors on board.
I also want to
So
just
you've
go
got-
ahead and take a moment here to appreciate the fact that Farkas and I just killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies all in the same room. Can we just appreciate that for a second? Many of these
Congratulations.
were silver hand bandits that had giant two-handed weapons. They did a lot of damage, so
How many times
Yeah.
did you die before you got them?
I think 3 or 4 times. You know, just a normal amount of death. Yes, I definitely agree. Okay. I think that was one of the hardest fights in this area, so I should hopefully be able to get through now. I can level up. I haven't done it because I forgot first, and secondly, I'd like to save it for whenever I'm in combat. I forgot, obviously, during that last fight. But if you level up, it automatically heals you fully. So, yeah, that's why leveling up's pretty useful to save. You just have to remember to do it, which I did not. Oh wait, make that 8. There's another dead body down here that Farkas must have got. Here's one. Oh, that one's dead too, but I think that was dead already. Okay. Okay, I think the next quest is the one that I get to become a werewolf on, so we should be able to do it on this stream, I'm hoping.
I'm gonna have to get going fairly soon.
Not a problem. I can keep going for a while. My wife and kid just left, so I'm all clear.
So yeah, we were talking about all these wireless solutions and stuff. So I'm gonna be very surprised if we get to CES in January and we don't see, I don't know, 2 or more different wireless solutions for streaming from your PC to your VR headset.
What the heck?
Yeah, TPcast seems like it needs just a little bit more. Make headphones work better.
I do
Obviously,
not
voice
have a
chat
key
needs
for
to work.
that door. Let me try. Krister, yeah, a lot of the bow skills aren't really necessary anymore. Like the speed at which you shoot, that's a totally useless perk that you shouldn't waste points in. But then some of them, like the one that would, what was it? There was one that would zoom in, I think is what it did whenever you would hold down a certain button. Now what it does is it creates a reticule on the screen so that you can aim better. So that one has changed a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, a lot of those bow skills aren't really going to be that useful. And like the difference between maces, axes, and swords was usually the speed at which you swing them in the base game, but all weapons have the same speed now because it's just based on your arm motion. And then two-handed weapons, you can swing them much faster now, but you can't use anything in your left hand while doing so they're still balanced a little bit. I'm gonna get this door. I'm determined to open this door. Oh, come on, so close. Yeah, there it is. Okay, what's in here? An ice wraith tooth. Okay, sure. Frost salts, bone meal, vampire dust, healing potion. Okay, that's not a whole lot in there, provided how tight it was locked.
That's a good point, Nick, about wireless. I definitely think that hot swapping a battery would be pretty nice.
I'm gonna drop these gloves, or no, the boots, because they're worth basically nothing. Okay. So we should be like near the end of this place. I feel like I've been saying that for a while, but this dungeon's a lot longer than I remembered. Oh, there's the key, of course. That probably would have opened that door that I just wasted 10 lockpicks on. I'm just looting all these corpses, grabbing free money, and arrows. Yeah, so one nice thing, you know, in Skyrim, everything has a certain weight, so you have to factor that into how much stuff you can carry. But there are a few things that don't. You know, like money doesn't have weight. Arrows don't have weight. Oh, there we go. That's what the key is for. Oh, a skeever! I'm gonna shoot it. Because I'm a marksman. Got him. Right in the face. Okay, quick save. Another skeever. Got that one in the butt. Are there more skeevers?
There's those backpack PCs. I don't know if you saw the super expensive, I think it was an HP PC, where, I'll have to look it up now. But it had hot swappable batteries in the PC that you wear on your back, which is pretty amazing. That kind of solves that situation.
Yeah, why haven't HP or any of those other companies sent us backpack PCs? Can we figure out why not? Can we rectify that? Can they hop on the stream real quick and tell us?
HP backpack PC.
Nick, the big screen for Doom. So what we'll do is we'll try to formally plan that a bit. So we'll have an article on the site if you visit uploadvr.com. Maybe tomorrow or on Thursday we'll announce, you know, the timing of that so that people like yourself can join in if they want. There is a max number of people that are allowed in a big screen room. I think it's only 4 or 5. So it'll just have to be on a first come, first served basis. But yeah, so just keep an eye on Upload VR. We'll announce the exact time of that so people can join in with us. It also might not be until next week. It depends on when we get a capture card. So
What happened to your mic? It seemed to pop out a little bit.
I don't know. Oh god, spiders. Abort, abort. Let me switch to flames.
Yeah, so it's the HP ZVR backpack, and it's $3,200. And as I recall, it includes 2 batteries. But let me see if that's the shipping finish solution. Backpack battery. It only has 1 backpack battery here. Yeah, and what's cool about it is you take the backpack off and it's got a docking station, so you just put it on your dock.
Let me see. Yeah, good idea. I will definitely quick save. Thanks for looking out. I'm still over encumbered. Man, I should have gone to this and dropped off all the dragon parts earlier. I decided not to, and I'm regretting it right now. I don't need those skeever hides. Alright, there we go. More skeevers. These guys are everywhere. You know what? I'm not even gonna give them the dignity of going up there to face them. I'm just gonna shoot them from down here. Oh, he jumped down. Oh my gosh, these things are fast.
Watch it there, brother.
Alright. I only have 5 ancient Nord arrows left. I wasn't even paying attention to that. But I have 233 iron arrows, so that should be enough. They just don't do as much damage.
By the way, David, I beat Horizon.
Oh yeah, what'd you think? Horizon Zero Dawn is the game you're talking about, right?
Yes, I enjoyed it. If I finish a game, I call that a thumbs up. Even Skyrim, man. Some games just don't. I don't have time for the learning curve.
Let's be honest here and say that Skyrim is not a game that can quote unquote be finished. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I can go back to Horizon 2 and explore all the side quests. And
well, I mean that
Zelda,
literally.
for that matter.
Like, you know, the game will continue to create quests for you.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, they're called Radiant quests, and you know, I guess theoretically, if every single area on the map were explored and you had seen it, then you might not want to do a quest that takes you there again. But technically, there are still quests to do even after you complete the proper game itself.
I enjoyed it. I'd like to see more. I was debating whether I should buy the DLC.
I've heard the DLC is very good. The Frozen Wilds.
Yeah, it looks. It said it offers like 8 hours or more.
So what's the longest amount of time you've spent in VR, Ian? And which app was it?
In a single sitting?
Yeah. Oh, I think we're at the end. This looks
2 hours,
like an end.
And probably a single, like two hours, maybe 2.5 without taking the headset off. And I'm guessing it was.
Oh.
How long did we play Bridge Crew that one time?
Oh, that wasn't very long. Maybe an hour and a half. Oh
yeah.
man.
So I have this thing that I've been wondering what the cause is, but I get headaches after wearing a VR headset for more than an hour, and I can't tell if that's eye strain.
Is it all of them, or is it a particular one?
I think I've noticed it more with Rift.
Okay.
But Rift is also I play it seated usually versus Vive moving around the room.
Oh, I just learned the fire breath shout. I think the longest I've done is 5 hours. And that was a long time ago. That was back when the Rift was launching and we had to review all those launch games in a single week. And I played Chronos for 5 hours straight.
But yeah, Nick is asking whether it's too tight on my head, and I'm thinking that's probably it because it happens when I'm wearing hats that are too tight. But like, I need to get it snug to my face, so I don't know what to do. It's one of those things where I want it snug to my face, but I don't want a headache after an hour.
Yeah, I get headaches most often with the PSVR. The way the headband squeezes kind of the temples of the side of my head. That's only after like 2 hours or 3 hours or so. There we go, fire breath. Oh, that was pretty awesome. Wow, that sent him flying too. Is this guy running from us? My fire breath was so intimidating it caused this zombie guy to run away. Yeah, the PSVR is my favorite headset in terms of comfort. By far. I guess the Samsung Odyssey is a close second, the Windows VR headset. In terms of Rift versus Vive versus PSVR, definitely PSVR.
Yeah, I think I'm more in the strap mode for Vive. I like that a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's debatable. It depends.
These guys.
It depends so much on the experience and how long you're spending. I mean, if you're doing seated multiple hours, I bet PSVR is really nice. If you're doing standing, I don't know. The strap's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think
have you used the
they
audio strap very
contribute.
much?
See, the audio strap I don't like because I can never get it to fit my head correctly. It just never feels comfortable to me at all. And then also, I think it has to do with people's head shape, just in general. Because I know for me, I have a very large head. You know, like hats and stuff usually don't fit unless they're extra large and stuff. It's never comfortable. I also wear glasses, so the Vive and the Rift are just way more uncomfortable than the PSVR for me because they squeeze against my face and it doesn't feel nice. The PSVR and the Windows VR headsets that have the headband that just hang there, those are way more comfortable for me, and they fit my glasses much better.
What's that question up there? Oh yeah, legendary difficulty. Have you thought about playing on a harder difficulty and seen what it's like?
Not really. My issue with difficulty settings in Elder Scrolls games is that all it does is just give enemies more health and they do more damage, really. It just kind of artificially increases the difficulty. I haven't tried it. I'm on Adept right now because it feels like a good mid-ground, and it keeps, you know, fights are still interesting. Anything below this was way too easy, and anything much higher would just make it kind of to the point of being a little frustrating, I think. Yeah, hold on 1 second, I'll be right back.
See, this is a perfect example of one of those things that's so great about PC VR. I absolutely cannot wait for the Rift, because there's moments like this where you could be playing a social experience in VR with someone, and someone has to pop out of the headset for a few minutes, and you could be playing with them, and what do you do? Do you take off the headset and take a break? Or do you just start using your computer and watch, like, I don't know, 15 minutes of a Netflix movie or 20 minutes of responding to emails? You can do that in the Rift when the 2.0 update hits for the software, and that's pretty exciting. I can't remember, when does Pimax say they're going to deliver that?
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. I had a delivery guy at the door. He was delivering my monitor that I ordered on Black Friday.
Is that 32-inch monster?
Yes.
I'll rip you in half.
It's an HP Omen monitor that I got at Costco. It was $150 off for Black Friday. I'm going to have to rearrange my entire desk for it, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to use my current monitor as the second one and just have my email on it all the time, and it's going to be sick. Okay.
Evil Chair Slayer, in theory, yeah. We've been really curious to see what happens when Fallout or when Doom hits. We don't expect them to block it, but there's always the chance that there could be an order from ZeniMax, the owners of Bethesda, to block Rift from accessing Skyrim. Or not Skyrim, from accessing Doom, or Fallout for that matter. And when Google Earth launched, it actually had a block on it that would not allow it to run on Rift.
And that same day, someone made a hack to get around it, but yeah.
Yeah, I just don't take it as a given when a company says that they're going to support Steam VR. Usually it means 95% of the time it says that the game will be compatible with multiple headsets, but I don't know. It always makes me nervous.
Yeah, I think the big difference is, you know, a game might have official Vive support, which means that the button mapping will be nice and neat, and you'll have Vive 1 models in the game and everything. But in terms of official support, like giving the controller models in the game and having correct button mapping, that stuff might not be there for touch. Who knows? So we'll just have to kind of wait and see how it plays. And yeah.
Huh?
Okay, we are done with this dungeon. So I just went through the exit door, which is a shortcut over here. This lever, pull it, opens up a wall, and it should put me back out near the beginning. Yep, right here at the beginning. So now I can head back, drop off this piece of the axe, and then I should be able to go on to the next quest, which I think is the one that will let me become a werewolf.
Yeah, Krister, we're watching OpenVR and OpenXR. We need to actually check in with those groups to see how that develops. I'm really curious to see how a standard develops there. It'd be a dream come true if you could buy a VR app from the Windows Store and it would run on Vive, Rift, Windows headsets, all of them. But you've got DRM, you've got all these layers and different parts that might not play together well, and everyone only wants to be the only store, it seems.
Yeah, and you know, just anecdotally, for me personally, like if I'm going to play a game on Rift, I'll play it on the Oculus Home Store. That's just, I feel like it's easier and smoother, and it's kind of nice having that support. You know, I've played a lot of Rift stuff on Steam, but if I'm playing a Rift game, then I'll probably just load it up on Oculus Home. You know, that's kind of the default choice that I make personally. I don't know if that's true for everyone. I mean, that being said, there are some games that are exclusive to home, so I don't have a choice. But for example, if I were, you know, the other day I was playing Rec Room on the Rift. I played it through home, even though I have it on Steam as well.
Yeah, I'd have to look into what support Evil. You're talking about the way you can use different things with the Pimax. It's one of the things I'm watching with HTC and the support of trackers. So Valve is launching its 2.0 base stations next year. I thought they were going to come this year, but it may have been just units to developers and that sort of thing.
Here we go.
But the bottom line is, if you want to go buy like a headset that uses 2.0 tracking, the new trackers that HTC just announced probably won't be compatible with those new base stations. So let's say you want to go out and upgrade to like an LG headset with 2.0 base stations that let you cover your entire living room with like 4 boxes. You can put 4 boxes in the 4 corners of your giant living room. And you have a VR headset that works through the entire space. And you're upgrading from a Vive, then your existing trackers that you bought and I think your existing controllers probably wouldn't work with the new base stations. Bottom line is, it's going to be kind of a painful upgrade cycle for some people if you have to buy new equipment and want to use those new 2.0 base stations.
And our enemies may tremble at the call.
It shall be so.
Well, boy,
I'm officially part of the circle now of the companions.
Yeah, and Paul, Doom is Friday. We're going to be watching that as soon as we can.
like most of our band, I traveled the...
Whoops,
I was
I
just
didn't mean to
aboard.
do that.
I had to fire like
Hold up a
mad.
second, guys.
Skjor says that
Looking for work.
there's some trouble in Falkreath. There's always some kind of trouble down there. But now, rogue wizards. I've never trusted magic types. Good. Do not spare them
Alright,
your blade.
I think I have this other quest I have to
Some
do
nights I dream about the
before I can
Have more control.
do the werewolf quest. I was wrong. Let me see if I can
The
fast
latest
track it.
recruit, right? Wait,
I don't think
is
so.
that right?
Okay, I've got one more then.
The warriors of your
You still need to
But I think
prove
this one
yourself,
is
Will.
very short. This one is just a Trouble in Skyrim,
When you get
which
to be my age,
means I have to go to this hideout and kill some bandits. Yeah, so I'm actually playing on a standard PS4 right now. My previous streams have been on PS4 Pro, but I'm playing on a standard PS4. And how much longer are you going to be sticking around, Ian?
I'm probably going to pop out right now, actually.
Okay, for those that are still watching, I intend on playing for a little while longer, so hopefully I can get to the werewolf
Our fighting styles are similar.
point. But, you know, there's no guarantee. We'll see how it goes.
with a bow, or try
Thank
to
you all for
learn
tuning in.
from
It was
me.
great chatting with you. Hope our conversation is helpful. And let us know what you want us to stream in the future. We're really enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot, watching David and talking to everyone and helping them out. So let us know what questions you have, what games you want to see, and what things you'd like to see in other Bethesda games too. Talk to you all later.
Thanks for joining in. And just to be clear, the stream is not ending yet. Ian is just dropping off of the chat. But I'm still going to be streaming. You can still ask me questions. Okay, I need to go sell crap. My inventory is overloaded. Yeah, if you guys are watching, you know, let me know how you like the stream, what you want to see us doing in Skyrim VR. We're definitely open to suggestions. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can become a werewolf.
Something for just about everybody in here.
That's the
Give a
goal.
holler.
And yeah,
Everything's
I'll
for
be
sale.
dumping myself
Take a
off at my
look.
house soon. I just want to sell, you know, items that I have no intention of keeping first. This cold sword, I need to disenchant that and learn, and the same with the sparks here. I need to remember to do that. Okay, silver, I can sell 2 of those. Okay, sell all those. Silver necklace, silver ring. I'll keep the alchemy hat. I'll put that in my house so I can use it. Frostbite venom, don't need that. On this character, Mousy, I believe I have played about... let me do the math. About 15, maybe 16 hours on this character. Across all of Skyrim VR, across all of my different characters, probably around 30 or so. And if you count the amount of time I've played Skyrim in general, including outside of VR, that number is in the well over 200s. It's got to be. I've played this game a lot over the years. And it keeps getting better. You know, they keep re-releasing it. It's great in VR. I really enjoy it. It's great on the Switch. If you haven't played it there, I highly, highly recommend that. Yeah, so this is the game that keeps on giving. Krister, if you play it on the Pro, the biggest difference is it's a little sharper, a little less blurry. I feel like the loading times are a little bit better, but that could just be my imagination. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's the same exact game. I stand by the fact that I don't really recommend upgrading to a Pro just for VR. I don't think the difference is strong enough, but some people feel like there's a big upgrade. So, you know, mileage varies, you know, take it for what you will, your own personal preference, all that. I mean, obviously, I prefer playing it on the Pro, but my Pro's in a different room at the moment, so I'm playing on the standard PS4 right now. So if you guys weren't watching at the beginning of the stream, you'll get a chance to check out my house, the Lakeview Manor near Falkreath. Paul, Fallout 4 VR, what I'm looking forward to doing most. I'm looking forward to building settlements the most. In Skyrim, you can kind of move around your furniture and some items inside your house, but you can only have the pre-existing template houses to pick from. That's it. You can't customize and build each wall individually and make it however big you want. But you can do that in Fallout 4 VR, which is what I really am looking forward to doing. getting to really customize it and make it my own and pick up stuff and move them around. That's what I'm looking forward to most in Fallout, for sure. That and VATS. You know, VATS is awesome. Can you go fishing in Skyrim? You cannot. As far as I know, you can get in the water and you can grab fish, you know, just with your bare hands, but you can't actually use a fishing rod and go fishing or anything. Okay, let me dump a bunch of my junk. Weapons. I'm going to keep all of these. My silver swords, arrows. Evil Chair Slayer. I don't experience motion sickness. I'm one of those people. So luckily it's not something that I have to deal with. You know, I'm very thankful for that. But I do know that there are some people that experience motion sickness, and there is a teleportation movement system in the game. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Getting power armor and a jetpack, that's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, let me see if I can cook up some stuff to get rid of... Are you serious? I can't cook any of these? Do I have any other chests that I can use? Let me see. Containers. Dang it. Chests. I need nails, iron fittings, hinges, and locks to make another chest. What about a barrel? Nails, iron ingot. I don't know if I have any of that stuff. I want to make another storage chest so I can keep my stuff organized a little bit, but I can't really do that right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump everything into this one chest, and I can sort through it and everything later. I'm going to keep my bear claws because those are for a quest. Oh yeah, that's a quest item. Whoops. Ice ray teeth. That's fine, whatever. Okay, books. Do I have any Songs of the Return? I'll go ahead and read this. Okay, that's nothing. Purchase agreement. Oh, okay. Letter from the Jarl. Frost identity papers. Go ahead and learn that. Miscellaneous. Let's dump all this stuff. Alright, that freed up so much room. I have 200 pounds of space now. Perfect. Yeah, Fallout 4 VR. I fully expect that to be released on PSVR eventually. It's just coming to Vive first. Okay, so we're good. We're good. I dumped off all my stuff. Why is this plate on the ground? Let's put it here. Nice. Okay, I don't have a follower at the moment. Do you guys think I should just take Lydia with me, or should I go back and get Uthgerd again? I kind of liked her. Farkas was good too. Lydia, I don't know. She's not that impressive as a follower, really.
I am your sword and your shield.
I kind of just like keeping her as a steward here. Let her out of the way. I don't know where all the iron is that Lydia's been mining. I don't know where it magically goes to. Oh, bandits! Oh, man. Bandits are attacking my house while I'm here. Oh, you... No. You do not get to kill my horse. You better back up. Horse is off limits. Stay away! There we go. Wow, not bad, Lydia. She got some good shots in. Alright. Wow, I did not expect bandits to attack my house while I was here. It's crazy. Okay, I got some good steel armor. I can give this to whichever follower I decide to take. Can I move this body? It's in a really awkward position. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't. Okay, you know, Lydia, you did pretty well. I think I trust you to defend my house.
I am your sword and your shield.
I'm gonna go grab Uthgerd, though, because I think I want to take her as my follower to go on this other quest. I think she just hangs out at that same tavern in Whiterun. I think that's where I found her, right? Or did I find her in Falkreath? I don't remember where she comes from. Yeah, I don't remember. If anyone knows off the top of their head, let me know. I'm gonna go check Whiterun. She might be in Falkreath, though. I can't remember. Mousy, yes, I'm using the move controllers. That's my preferred way to play Skyrim. I like being able to pull arrows back physically with your hands, being able to swing your sword, bash with your shield, all that kind of stuff you can do with the move controllers. Otherwise, on the DualShock, you're just pressing a button. Evil Church Slayer, things that bother me. I'm not a big fan of the movement with the move controllers. The way that it works is, on the left move controller, I hit this middle button, I point and I click to move. It's not great. I'm not a big fan of the menus. You know, they're really flat and weren't adapted to VR that well. Visually, it doesn't look great compared to the non-VR versions of the game. But you know, that is to be expected. It still does look good comparatively. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. I mean, I think overall this is a great port. I think it's really fun. Lucas, Ian just left actually. You just missed him. He was on for the first hour and a half or so, but he's not on any longer. If you have any questions for him, you feel free to email him, ian@uploadvr.com, or find him on Twitter at HMLTN.
Let's get some
yeah, so if you need to reach him directly, or just feel free to ask me. You know, we work together every day. Yeah. There she is. There's Uthgerd. I thought she was here.
You're someone who can get things done.
Follow me.
Let's not waste any time.
All right. She is back with me.
Let's get going.
Let me trade some things with you.
What do you need to take?
Oh, thanks for the update on the time. That's very helpful. Mousy, it does take some practice. It's not easy to just pick up and do it. That's for sure. It definitely takes some practice. Okay, let's see. I don't know if she needs this armor, but I'm going to give it to her, see if she changes. No, she's already wearing steel armor and steel gauntlets. That's steel, yeah. She doesn't need all that stuff. Bionic, the graphics are worse not just because it is PSVR, but any VR game is going to have worse graphics than a non-VR game just because the computing power is not quite there yet. That goes for the Vive as well. You know, playing a Vive game looks worse than playing a non-VR game, and that's just a fact. You know, the headsets aren't powerful enough, computing power isn't powerful enough.
Mister,
the trader. What's her name? I know who you're talking about.
Thank you. Divines. Bless
right now, I'm leaning towards Aelia, though, the huntress from the Companions. Since I joined the Companions, I think it makes sense for me to marry someone from the Companions. So I'll have to do that eventually. Can I sell to you right now? No, you're not on duty, I guess. Okay. Let me see if I can sell to him inside.
You've been seen in the company of the Companions.
Nope.
That's an honorable path you're on, friend.
Let's see. Oh, it's 9 p.m., of course. Maybe I don't need to sell. Let me see what my inventory is like. No, I'm good. I have 120 room. Okay, so I need to kill the leader of Brittleshin Pass. In order to do that, I need to go to Brittleshin Pass. So, Fort Greymore. Let's go there. Then I can ride my horse over to where the bandits are at. Okay. And I do think I'm going to need to stop streaming pretty soon. I didn't quite get to the werewolf content. I'll have to do that basically right at the start of the next stream. But you did get to see me join the Companions. I did the first couple companion quests. Lucas, that's true of any spouse that you take in Skyrim. It does not have to be a trader. All spouses give you 100 gold per day. They also will cook you food as well. Yeah, Juriken, no problem. This is our 4th stream, so if you want to go back and look at our past streams, you can do that. We are planning on continuing to stream it as well. As long as people keep watching and want to keep checking in on our journey through Skyrim, we'll keep streaming it. Because I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Let's go up here. Yeah, so you guys, if you're leaving long comments, I can't actually see them while I'm wearing a VR headset. The PSVR shows only the first couple lines of your comment. So if you're saying anything more than, like a sentence or two, I won't be able to read what you're saying. Just so you know, there's a few people that have commented recently and I can't actually see what you're saying at all. So, break it up into multiple comments or shorten what you're trying to say so that I can read it. Ooh, Thieves Guild is very good. If you like the Thieves Guild, I also recommend that you join the Dark Brotherhood. Those are a group of assassins, and they have the best quest line out of all the guilds you can join. Alright, I think we're getting pretty close to some bad guys. Yep, up here at the pass now. Brittle Shin Pass. I'm gonna go ahead and equip my bow and get ready. Alright. I've been getting pretty good with the bow. I don't miss too often anymore. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, Bionic. I think all the VR headsets are great and have something unique to offer. So.
Don't see that every day.
Let's see. There's some bandits in here, I know, because that's what the quest said. Oh, that's a skeleton. Boom! 2 times damage. Yeah, the Vive controllers are very, very accurate in terms of tracking. I feel like Oculus Touch is as well, and the Touch is the most comfortable, I think. It feels the best in my hand. But that being said, PSVR is better than expected. It does play better than expected for sure. Okay. The biggest thing I miss with using PSVR is not being able to turn around in my room. Oh, he's a necromancer. The leader of this. What are you doing? Go attack him. You know what? I'm gonna breathe fire on you. That's what I'm gonna do. Got him. Fortify carry weight potion recipe. Holy crap. I will definitely take that. Wisp wrappings and scaly foliota. I have plenty of that lying around at home. Get that soul gem. Got some magic potion. Warrior's Charge, increase my conjuration. Yes, it is. That is correct, Nick. It is turned into a target reticule that lets you aim a little bit better. Nothing in here. Book with the Daedra. Nothing in there. Okay, let's go ahead and disenchant that sword, this bow, And these robes. Can I enchant this mace? Enchantment. Let's give it some frost damage. Soul gem. Ooh, let's rename it. What should I name my orcish mace that does frost damage? Give me your suggestions for what I should name this. I'll probably take the first suggestion. Tinkerbell. All right. Tinkerbell it is. Thank you, Maria. It's very hard typing with the move controllers. Tinker Bell. There we go. Tinkerbell. Let's craft it. Boom. Now I got Tinkerbell right here. Whoops. Yeah. Bombing tool. That is a human heart. Holy crap. That's a little terrifying. You know what, Lucas? That is a good suggestion, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't want to. That's that's the main reason. I just don't feel like fighting a ton of guards that I'm not going to be able to beat. I had a really big fight earlier. You missed it. We killed about 8 or 9 people in the dungeon. Morningstar, alright. You're challenging me right now. You want me to eat this heart. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove to you that I can do it. So this human heart right here, I'm going to eat it. There we go. I did it. Damage health discovered. Look at that. Iron stomach. Hey, whoa, Nick. I did not die. That never happened. If I died, I wouldn't be here right now. Oh, man. Look at that freaking spike. I didn't even know this thing was bugged and trapped. Oh, I moved out of the way.
What are you doing?
Well, get out of the way. Don't get right up behind me. Alright. Quick save. Okay, I've already completed the quest. All I had to do was kill the bandit leader, which was a necromancer, and he barely put up a fight. Necromancers are not very good at avoiding arrows, that's for sure. Oh, dang, I forgot what those were. Okay. I see you, Got some traps. I think this is the exit up here. Yeah. Alright. Uthgar, she's definitely someone I plan on considering for marriage.
There's a cave here. Perfect hideout.
You know, she looks like she would be good wife material, but my heart is with another at the moment. I believe I'm going to go with the Huntress from the Companions whenever I get a chance, instead of Uthgard. And I don't know if you can have multiple wives. I think you can have multiple stewards that stay at your house and tend to things, but in terms of marriage, I think you can only have one spouse. I could be wrong. Let me know if that's true or not. And yes, Ayla, that's right, Morningstar. Ayla is the best. Alright, guys. I think after I turn this quest in, I'm going to stop streaming for now. We will be back soon, probably this week, with more Skyrim. We will likely be streaming Doom VFR later this week, probably on Thursday, if you want to check that out. The game comes out on Friday. There is no normal difficulty setting. I'm actually playing on what's called Adept, which is the middle ground. So that is, I guess you could say, normal difficulty. But it's not. It's just not called normal. They call it Adept. There's also like beginner and novice, and then there's legendary, and there's all different kinds of settings. I'm playing on Adept, which is sort of the base, middle ground difficulty. Lucas, Doom VFR is a VR-only version of Doom. That comes out on Friday for Vive and PSVR. On PSVR, it will also support the aim controller.
Skewer says that I have this. I expected no less of you.
We should have our review up either Friday morning or on Thursday morning. All right.
Skewer was looking for you before. Talk to him before doing anything else.
Let's go find the Skewer.
Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my fist. But you, I like.
I'm just going to initiate this next quest, and then I will travel back to my home and rest up and call it a day. Whoa. Get out of my face. That was kind of terrifying.
I never thought they would actually let me join the companions. But now it looks like they're letting anyone in these days.
Oh, shut up. I could take you. Payday 2 VR. It's pretty good. It's only teleport movement right now in the beta. You can see 10 minutes of gameplay footage here on our YouTube channel. We have that uploaded. I also wrote up some impressions on uploadvr.com. They were published this morning that you can check out. So it's pretty good. I mean, it's clearly a port. It's a beta. It's not as polished as some other stuff, but it's pretty good. If you have Payday, check it out. It's totally free.
But it's not
you can opt into it.
Meet me in the under. We will speak more.
Okay, he's being all cryptic. Wants me to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and just go back to my home.
Yes, you're very fond of saying that. You know I like hammers and axes.
Aren't they slow? I
there
can
we
get
go.
in
Here's
and
the
out
exit.
before you have one swing.
Let's test that out sometime.
All right. So, do you guys have any last-minute questions before I hop off here?
Watch
oh
it
crap!
there,
Sorry. All right. Move. Alright, let's head back home. Good old Lakeview Manor. I'm going to go ahead and level up 2. I've been holding on to that level up for a while. I could have 2 by now. I don't even know. Almost there. Some of these load screens can take a while. They feel longer in VR because you're just standing in a black void. Okay. We are finally home after a long day of adventuring. Killing bandits and necromancers and skeletons and zombies. Let's go ahead and level up. I'm gonna stick this in my health. I do. I have another level up. That's how long it's been. Look at that. I'm already about halfway to 13. Okay, so I have 2 perks to use. Let's go light armor. Or where's my block? I'm gonna do block actually. I'm at level 31, so do no damage against arrows. Ooh, time slows down if blocking during a power attack, or I can do a power bash. You know what? I'm just going to make my blocks more effective. I'm just going to keep it simple. I don't really feel like putting perks in lockpicking. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather focus on combat. But let me see what the lockpick perks are. Novice locks are much easier to pick. They're already super easy, so that's not really that helpful. I don't know. Maybe I'll invest in lockpicking later on, but I don't feel like wasting perks in that right now. Light armor. Yeah, I can make my armor way better. That's... if wearing all light armor, I get a 25% armor bonus. Let's see. Archery. I can make my bows do more damage. Critical shot. Let's see. What is the one that I have? I don't even remember what I took. Oh, I took one for, that's right. Power attacks cost less stamina. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and take my light armor. I'm gonna boost that more. Okay. Very good, very good. Okay. I think I can take a quick nap. Very good. Some auto-saving. I'll do a full save as well. Always good to double up and be safe. Alright. I think that is just about it for this stream, guys. I really appreciate you dropping in to watch. I hope you had a good time. Let me know what other content you want to see in our streams in the future. You can find me on Twitter. You can comment on articles on uploadvr.com. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're streaming pretty often these days. We try to stream a couple times a week. We're doing Skyrim VR. Doom VFR comes out later this week. We'll be streaming some Echo Arena soon. We stream some From Other Suns. All VR games are fair game on here. Yes, Paul, Doom VFR comes out for Vive and PSVR this Friday on December 1st. So we'll be having our review and streams and video footage, all that kind of stuff later this week. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. I think next time we're going to finally become a werewolf. We joined the companions this time, and I'll have some new things around the house to show you as well. So thanks for tuning in, and goodbye.